In this video, we're going to talk about unit conversions. That means converting milligrams into grams or kilometers into centimeters, those types of conversions. And so I always want you to have in the back of your mind the list of kilograms all the way down into, or the unit kilo all the way down into milli. So always starting with our basic unit. I'm going to try to fit all of this on one page. So you have your basic unit. The basic units, remember, the meter, the gram, or the liter. Then going to the right, getting smaller, we would have deci. And remember that deci is 0.1, 1/10, or 10 to the negative 1 of any of the basic units. And then you go to centi. And centi is 0.01, 1/100th, or 10 to the negative second of the basic unit. And then you would have milli. And milli is 0.001, should be decimal, 1/1000th, or 10 to the negative third of the basic unit. Now, going to the left, we would have deca. Deca. And deca would be 10 times the basic unit, or 10 to the first. Then you would have hecta. And hecta is 100 times the basic unit, or 10 to the second. And then you would have kilo. And kilo is 1,000 times the basic unit, or 10 to the third. So the key thing to remember when converting between these is they're all just factors of 10 away from each other. So to go from centi to milli, we would just have 10 times the amount of millimeters or millimeters, or the milli unit, than we would the centi unit. So each step of the way is going to be 10 times greater than the next, and then we continue on down all the way. So there's always a factor of 10 in between the units. So a couple of ways to do this. One is if we had 100 centimeters, and I asked you to convert that into millimeters. The first option that you would have to do this is that your decimal place is in the centi position. So when you're number 100, it would be after the last zero. You move the decimal to the right one position to account for the change from centi to milli. So you would add a zero, and that would make it 1,000. The other way that you could do that is you could set up the bridge. It'd be 100 centimeters. And we know that in 1 centimeter, we have 10 millimeters. And so you would multiply 10 and 100 and get 1,000. So let's look at another. Let's say that we had 15 kilograms. And I asked you to convert that into the basic unit. Grams. So your decimal place is after the 5. Let me erase this off to the side so that we're not confused. So your decimal place is after the 5, and we would have to move it 1, 2, 3 times in order to reach the basic unit. So we would have to add 3 zeros after 15 to get 15,000 grams. Or you could do 15 kilograms and know that we have, in 1 kilogram, we have 1,000 grams. And the 1,000 is coming from 10 times 10 times 10 to get there. So 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 cubed, would be 1,000. So, those are your two methods that you can use to do these basic conversions. There's really not a lot to them, so there's no need to drag this video on any further. Continue to do the problems that we've assigned in class for reinforcement of this, but if you could do those two pretty easily, then I'm confident that you will do well on our quiz coming soon.